Goldilocks in Vietnam. Yeah, 6-5, gonna wake up, have a good time, enjoy my life today in Canthro. So, where are we going today? Where are we going today? We are going for a grand tour of Canthro. So we're going to be visiting many different places around the town and around the outside. But first, you know what we're going to do? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to get a vegan banh mi. Got to have some breakfast, you know. On awful Highway 1, and it's rush hour, as you can see. And we're heading into town to go to my favourite local vegan banh. Well, they're not 100% vegan, but they do 100% vegan banh mi. So that's where we're heading first. In the middle of the rush hour here, you can see packed with motorbikes. It's like ants, you know. I think we're nearly at our vegan banh mi place now. Here we go, come on, come on. A normal morning in Canthro. I've only seen one crash so far, which was 2 motorbikes who hit each other. But apart from that, I haven't seen any yet, thank goodness. Banh mi alarm's gone off. It's here, we're here. We're here. Yeah, I think there's a space. Yo. Well, here we are at the cafe and my banh mi. It's actually a vegetarian one, so I have to ask them to do it without the cheese, which of course they do, no problem, because cheese is probably the most expensive ingredient in it, you know. So yeah, you know, it's good. The only way to start the day. So, I'm just debating in my mind what to do first. And I know that my favourite cafe latte with oat milk is just around the corner, a few metres from here, so I think that's going to be number 1. And then number 2 is we're going to jail, an old French jail nonetheless, but it's got a deeper history than that. It was a French jail, I think it was a Japanese jail, American jail. What I mean is they kept their prisoners, so I think it was the National Liberation Front, Viet Cong prisoners were kept in there as well. But originally it was built as a French to keep the locals locked up. I love this coffee shop because it's a great example of how you... up there. And I mean, this is the inside. I think I've shown this in a previous video, so I won't dwell on it. But won't allow it for safety reasons or find some excuse, I don't know. But it's a bit of a shame because it's great, it's really nice. I made my choice of coffee beans from this roaster, and after what I learned the other day at the coffee. Luckily, I've ordered an extra check-in bag to bring all my coffee back. I always enjoy my coffee at that shop. Not only is it just a beautiful, inspirational shop, the staff are really nice and the coffee's great too. So yeah, I had a good chat to them and I think they subscribed to my channel. So hi guys. So now I'm on my way to the jail. It's only a few minutes, so hopefully I'll be there very soon. So here it is. This is the old jail. I don't know how I can park. Let me find out. Right, so here we are at Canthro Prison, a historic building built by the French between 1876 and 1886. And it's near the Governor's Palace, which is just up the road, or was just up the road. I'm not sure if it still exists. I'm going to check it out later. This prison was used by the French for the repression of local people. There were many executions here. There's a monument just over there to some of the national heroes which were murdered here by the French colonial authorities. After the Geneva Accords in 1954, when Vietnam was temporarily split into North and South Vietnam, neither of which were separate countries under the UN, so it was only ever temporary. And it was used as a re-education centre, re-education camp by the American-backed puppets for anyone who had left-leaning tendencies, I guess. So right, let's take a look inside, huh? I think this was the warden's office, or perhaps still is. Now you can see the structure here. Presumably this was the exercise yard, or maybe they didn't let people have exercise. And maybe the cells over there, we're going to have a look in a minute. I don't know what this central building is. I mean, it looks like a coffee shop. No, it looks like a temple at the moment. So, yeah, this looks like the cells. So let's go and check them out, huh? I think they'll let me in, as long as they don't keep me in. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. It's a bit narrow. Note the barbed wire. I mean, that's real barbed wire. And obviously this is reenactment, but it does give you a feel of the sort of conditions. And you'll notice something special about this, about these people in here. Can you tell what it is, apart from that guy there? Yeah, they're all women, because in this jail they kept women. I think it was a lady's side and a man's side. Obviously this is the ladies' side. Although I don't know what that guy's doing there. Maybe he was a prison official or something. God knows what they got up to. Yeah. Yeah, there's another one here. So they were just kept in conditions, I mean, you can see. I noticed there's no toilets in here, so I don't know how that worked. Maybe they just had buckets or something. Probably all starved and diseased, ravaged. You know, what is it about colonial forces, whether it's the French, the Spanish, the British, and these days the Americans? They treat local people like animals, you know? Right. And what I mean about the Americans is look how they treated the Vietnamese, right? I mean, that's what I mean. So we're just going to walk across, you know, this is the actual exercise yard, you know, that they must have been allowed out to stretch their legs a bit. I don't know how often, I'm sure not very often. Obviously this is the guys' part, but it seems can't get in, this part. You can note the brutality symbolised here. You know, they beat the prisoners. Yeah, and the French are Catholics, right, generally speaking. You know, they come to Vietnam, the French I'm talking about, spreading Catholicism and Christian and Catholic values, and then treat the locals like animals. No, it's just, you know, Americans same. God is with us. Well, I don't think he is. Oh, here we are, look. Right, I mean, you can see how they were beaten and, you know, tortured. Yeah, so I'm just doing a bit of exploring here. Oh look, here's an exhibition. Now, I'm not sure if this is the one, but very famously there's the tunic, the black tunic, which was from Mr. Vu, and I can't remember his full name, who was a national hero who I believe was murdered by the French colonial authorities. But his actual tunic is here somewhere. Maybe it's somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, this you can see the shackles and what have you. Torture.
Looks like electric shock. Pliers and hammers. Yeah, well, we won't go into what they must have used those for. All in the name of Christianity, no doubt. And these look like solitary confinement cells. Presumably, are these the toilets, or are these the toilets, or washing? I don't know. Or cooking, maybe. I don't know whether they're fire for cooking or whether they're I think they're fire for cooking. Maybe not. Maybe they're toilets. I don't know. See the guard houses at the corner here. Look. Oh, look! You can go in. Let's check it out. Going a little bit. What we can do is take a and stretch my. Hello. Can you see the view up there? I don't know if you can see. Probably nothing much. Unfortunately, there's only limited access. The main kind of cell building's locked up. Anyway, enough of this unpleasantness. Let's go to the next destination. Where do we go next?
So we managed to get out of jail free, and that was very interesting, very historic, very sad too. But now we're going to somewhere a bit more pleasant. It's a Buddhist Taoist temple called the Nam Na Temple. There's a bit of confusion when it was built, either 1923 or 1896. I can't quite make it out, but let's check it out. I think we've arrived. I've just got to work out where to park my motorbike. Possibly there, possibly inside. Let me see what happens. I think it looks as though, oh no, there's a park there, Hello. This is where it is. Here we go. Wow, so many beautiful outfits. Do you want to be on my movie? Look at that. Wow, this is Vietnam beauty. Very nice. Just like Chinese people, they love to have their ladies to dress up, have their photo taken. Let's try and get around to the main house. So here we are at the main temple building, and you can see it doesn't look like an ordinary Chinese or Vietnamese temple, and the reason for that is it was built using French architectural principles because it was built during the French colonial era. So it looks more like a French colonial house than a temple, which makes it very interesting. Let's take a look at some of the architectural features. That's rather nice, isn't it? I think we've got to take my shoes off. Oh, Chinese writing, man. Hello. Well, oh, wow, so many beautiful ladies and handsome guys, huh? Wow, so pretty, huh? So pretty. Yeah, right. Fortunately, the temple's locked and I can't get inside, which is a bit of a bugger. But anyway,
You're not supposed to take pictures of Buddha effigies. Is that the right word? Statues. I don't know what else I can find around here. It's very nice, that building. The big bell, as is normal in Buddhist Taoist temples. Oh, they're not ringing. Probably get thrown out, put in the jail over there or something. Oh, sorry. Get in the way of photos. So that's about it. I'm a bit disappointed we couldn't get inside. Sorry. Dodging all the ladies having their photos taken. Yeah, so this is about it. I mean, there's a load of Buddhist statues, but you know, I get a bit. So where are we going next? We are going to an ancient house that's not too far. It was completed by local Vietnamese guys in 1911, and I believe it's built primarily on French architectural style, but let's check it out when we get there.
Well, I think it's just here on the left, somewhere. So look. Ah, it's more formal gates, I think. Yeah, look, it's here. I'll just park up here. Oh, we've arrived. Rather nice gates in front. I think there's an entrance fee, but I'm not quite sure. Let me check it out. Yeah, wow, it's quite nice. Let's have a look, see if you can get that. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to the temple we were just at. I guess it was made around the same time, you know, under French influences, right? I mean, you know, you can clearly see the French arches, and you know, it's very obvious actually, to this untrained eye anyway. Yeah, let's check it out, go inside. Rather nice. This part looks more like a temple than a house. I wonder if I can. Lots of wood panelling. It's got quite a nice feel about it, actually. We can go out. So now we're heading out of town. It's 30 or 40 minutes out of town to a Khmer temple. I think it's the only surviving Khmer temple in Can Tho. It's 400 or 500 years old. I'm not sure what sort of state it's in, but we're about to find out. It's a temple here of some description. It's not the one we're going to, but I don't think it is anyway. Or maybe it's just a gate. There we go. Oh. I think it's just a gateway. I don't know. See that? God, those trucks make a din, don't they? There we go. I think Mr. Temple is just down here, I think. Looks like it is with all the decorations. Is that the right word? So as usual, I've got to find out where to park my motorbike. Oh, this is a bit awesome, isn't it? So we've arrived, yeah, and this is pretty impressive.
It was built in 1672, making it the oldest Khmer temple in this region, in the Mekong Delta. And yeah, it's quite a big complex. I can hear chanting going on in the background. I mean, let's have a look around. No one's asked me to pay yet. I thought you were supposed to pay, but I'm just going with the crowd, going with the flow. Some pretty impressive monuments here, I have to admit. I mean, none more so than this here, look. Apparently it's got influences from India. You can see the Hindu, I think they are. I think it seems to be a mixture of Hindu and Buddhism. I mean, I'm no expert, but I mean, these look like Hindu gods that I've seen, and there's lots of Buddha effigies. Maybe it started off as Hindu and ended up as Buddhist. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting one. The Buddhist, anyway, I don't know if Buddhist or Indian, with the snake there. Buddhist is India, so what am I talking about? But Buddhist or Hindu is what I mean. Isn't it interesting? Some of the great ancient religions of the world come from India. I thought an old lady was shouting at me, but no, she seems all right. Along here, all these lots of Buddhas. What's that called? The Wall of 10,000 Buddhas or something. I don't know if they're going to let me in here because I'm in shorts, but there's one way to find out. It's too bloody hot to wear long trousers, I know that. They also, I don't think I should film inside. I don't know what's inside. No, I won't film inside there because it's a Buddha, but I mean, I'm on the outside, so. My Vietnamese pronunciations are terrible, but this temple is known as the Chua, I think Chua Khmer Pu Lai or something like that. So please, I don't mean to be insulting, but I really don't know any better. Yeah, and the temple up there, the roof up there, if you look, right? If you look, it's very sort of Thai-like, you know. You can see the roofs there, like kind of the interwoven roofs at the top. I mean, that's very typical Thai Buddhism, right? I don't know what the queue's for. Maybe queue for blessing, I don't know. I'll just come inside here. I'm actually not sure if I'm allowed to come in or not. I don't know what's upstairs. Get out, get out. It doesn't look as though anyone's been up here. It's all dirty. But I'm interested in the roof structure. Yeah. Ugh, it's pretty horrible. But there's the roof up there. Don't think I'll go any further. I better go back. A very naughty boy coming up here. Someone's used a lot of gold here, that's for sure. Everything's gold leaf. I'm ignorant. I don't know what these stand for. There's Mr. Lion there with a big nose. Seen the monk over there, if he really is a monk, because you've got to be careful. A lot of them are not. In the orange, he was taking selfies, you know, so I'm not sure he's a real monk. I just realised what's happening. It's a funeral, cremation. So there's a coffin over there, and they're stoking the fire to burn it. So I don't think it's very nice of me to film much around here, so I'm walking away. But this explains why all the people are here. It's a cremation. There we go. Whenever I see a wall like this, It must be telling a story, and I always wonder what the story is. Right. I mean, I've really no idea. We've got elephants, we've got like monkey-headed warriors, booby ladies with, is that a snake or a brush? I don't know. A Buddha up above mountains. So I'm sure it's telling a story. I've just no idea what it is. Well, so I had an interesting walk around this 300-400-year-old temple, and I think now it's time to move on to our next destination. So let me check Google Map, and I think we've got to go back across the river because we come across the main river. I've got to go back again, I think, to the main town of Kantra. Goodbye, temple. So I think our next stop's going to be a military museum. You know, I'm interested in that given Vietnam's turbulent modern history. So I have no idea what's there. I mean, I'm assuming it's anti-American stuff, but let's see. And then after that, it's coffee or lunchtime. Yay! But we'll go there first. Back out through the entry gate. That's old Khmer writing on there, I think. It was like that before the French Romanized the Vietnamese language. So we've arrived at the military museum number 9. Here we are, and I'm going to have a quick look inside before I look around the outside. I can see trophy American tanks which were taken from the losing Americans and their puppets. But the museum closes in, like inside anyway, closes in 15 minutes, so I want to get in there first. So quite rightly, you know, the Vietnamese are so proud of their victory against the French and the Americans. Quite right. This is Ap Bac, the Battle of Ap Bac in 1963, where the Vietnamese first really defeated the American puppets, you know, depicting all the various major battles in the war. What have we got here? I mean, presumably all these pictures behind me are war heroes from that era. I don't know whether they're the ones that lost their lives or I don't know. Yeah, James, how's this for a bicycle? It's got the old brakes. I remember my first bike, it was actually my mum's, had brakes exactly the same as this. Oops. In that they were metal. There's no cable, right? You can see that you see how it works. There's a spring there. And I remember adjusting them here, and it just lifts the whole thing up against the rim. And the brake pads are on the rim here and not on the side. So that's how you can easily differentiate. So I'm very familiar with that type of brakes. I rode one of those bikes when I was about 8, I think. That was 1968, yeah, it was when the war was going on, the American war. There's a, what's that, machine gun or something? Instrument of death. Or cannon, I don't know. I think these are a different type of mines, you know. I don't know whether these were American or Vietnamese, I really don't know. So I think these were the ones where if those slightly moved or there'd be, those wires go to a pressure sensor or something, I don't know. These were some of the booby traps laid for the Americans. If you can't fight them one way because of their overwhelming firepower, then you fight them another way. Bamboo spikes, you know, these would be in a pit with a false, you know, mat on top, so an American soldier would fall, and they'd often put human feces on the spikes, And the reason they did that was to load them up with bacteria so that the wounds would be infected and therefore disable the soldier for longer. Rolling spike. I think these are ones which flew through the air. Flower spike, hanging spike. I think this would swing down from a tree maybe. Look pretty awful, don't they? Yeah, I think this is one where if you trod on it, you could get your foot in, but you couldn't get it out. Like this one, same idea. You could get in, but you can't get out. It's actually part of an engine of a French warship that was sunk in one of the canals in 1946 by the Viet Minh. Depth charges. God, there's all sorts of stuff in here. That's a British-made Bren gun that was captured from the French by the Viet Minh. This is equipment used by the Americans and the South Vietnamese puppets. This is a radio transmitter, helmets, bulletproof vests, blah, blah, blah. This is one of those infamous 6-barreled machine guns which used to fire at an incredible rate. They used to carry them in helicopters. You've probably seen them on the movies. The Americans did. That's a map of where I am now. The southern part. You can see Can Tao on the map there, and you can see what an active war zone it was. I think both during the French War and particularly with the American War. So this Mekong Delta was. So you can see the map behind me, right? That's where we are now. That's this Mekong Delta. Can Tao, where I'm staying, is right there, and you can see what an active war area it was. I mean, that's the situation of the Tet Offensive in 1968. But even apart from that, it was very active in the French War, also not only in the Tet Offensive, but many other battles were held here as well. So I bet you'd have a lot of findings with a metal detector if you went. Probably some of them quite frightening. I've just completed a lightning rush round just before it's just closing now, the museum. But okay, we can have a look at some of these tanks. This is in remarkably good condition, unlike the ones I saw that had been blown up in battle. These looks as though they were captured, I guess. Let's see what the notice says. Made in the US. It's an M48 tank used in Vietnam, 65-72. Yeah, it was an ARVN, Southern Vietnamese tank. Right. So it was gained when they liberated the country. We can get an interesting angle from up here, right? Whoops. By the evil machines. You imagine if all this money spent on the development and manufacture of weaponry, if it was spent on people's welfare and quality of life and civilian infrastructure, what a much better place the world would be. And no need for wars, huh? So this is M42 tank, also captured from ARVN, the Southern Vietnamese Army, again another American supplied tank. So by the time it was captured in 1975, the Americans had already been gone for 2 years, but they were still arming the Southerners. So behind me is a SAM-2 rocket. Right. I don't know if you can see that. It's a SAM-2 rocket. Soviet-made, obviously, and it was stationed in Hanoi. And this very launcher, successfully shot down at least one B-52, those evil bloody bombers that had been bombing civilians. And this is the engine, what's left of the engine of a B-52. Yeah. So I remember at the time there was a famous lady, what was her name? Famous American actress. Her name just escapes me. She played Barbarella. What was her? Anyway, Jane Fonda. And she was pictured sitting on an anti-aircraft gun in Hanoi during the war, and it created, she was a traitor. Well, I agree with her. I actually think she did the right thing, because it was the Americans which were wrong, not the Vietnamese. It's the, it's a Vietnamese country, right? It's not America. You can get quite a good view from here of the Soviet-made SAM-2 missile, anti-aircraft missile. So, yeah. These are more American aircraft, A-37 Dragon. The actual museum building itself is really nice. I don't know if that's an original or a modern build, a restored original, French colonial architecture. I don't know. But it looks like non-vegan. I'm going to go here. It's the same company as I went last night, but a different restaurant. This is more in the centre. What a beautiful building. Gorgeous. So let's work out where I can park, huh? Yeah, that's an awesome building. This looks like it's an original French colonial place, and it's a non-vegan, which is great. What a lovely restaurant, huh? So I'm going to try and see if it's as good as last night, although that's a real tough act. We're in the aircon upstairs. Can I just have a look outside? Close the door quickly. Oh, it's right next to the river. Yeah. Very, very, very nice. Yeah, so they do the same menu as the one I went to last year. I love curry, so let's hope the combination is good. So let's see. When I was in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh for the night, I was searching for a cold alcohol-free beer, which I just wish they were more generally available in Vietnam, but this is the first time I've come across it, which is great. It's just arrived. There we are. One durian curry. Ooh. This restaurant's the second branch I've been to. I don't know how many branches they have, but both times it's awesome. So here's another interesting dessert. This is sweet tofu like tofu fa, but it's with sour salt. Really, really nice. You know, some great creative ideas in this restaurant. Great vegan food.